with RSG Slate and EVOS Legends from Indonesia. And the thing is about this group, sure, neither of them is actually going home, but we want to see who's going to be number 1 and number 2 because it will affect the seedings later. We are going to take a look at the group stage format in just a bit.
If MSC Day 1 was action-packed, Day 2 certainly doubled down with flashy plays. Toda went for an innovative Arlet gold lane against Team Occupy. But it was all rival as the young jungler of Toda carried the team with impeccable assassin plays.
That's it! Oh, finds a 3-man hook under the turret to bring it back again. Rival picks him up instantly. He goes for a triple kill with Smile.
RSG Slate Singapore fielded a fearsome double sniper lineup with Oki and Roy, the Singaporean shooting star. The Singaporean representatives marched on and eliminated Phoenix Esports. Even though the M4 champions fumbled and dropped 1 game to an innovative draft by FIMP, the Orcas fought back and became the first team to advance to the knockout stage. What other impressive plays will we see? It is time to see the world.
Day 1 was already exceptional. Day 2 put that on a new, different level, right? We saw so many things happening, but for you in particular, Miracle, what stood out to you?
I think what stood out to me was RSG SG's crazy improvement. They have improved so much in just a short period of time since we last saw them at M4. They were always, after RSG SG kind of utilized their old roster in these international tournaments, they've never been true contenders. But now, with the new roster, with their new coaches, it does feel like this is a completely different, redefined, and refined RSG SG.
Yeah, we're going to look at Group B because we're going to see EVOS Legends going up against RSG Slate SG. And I got to say, man, looking at this game, I'm feeling like it is going to give that vibe of Mr. Bombastic, Bomba Fantastic. It's going to be a lot of clips, man. This is going to be an amazing game.
I've seen a lot of those clips before, right?
We got to look at the goalie matchup, man. Oki, Brands.
2 Indonesian gold laners, actually. One Mr. Bombastic, one's Mr. Oki.
He's pretty okay. Oki, he's pretty okay.
Yeah, everyone likes to say everything is okay with Oki.
Do they say that?
Yeah,
Do they really say that? We
Okay.
got to ask her. It's like, yo, what's
Yeah,
up?
everyone says that.
Maybe that's a new shot call for them, but also from the other groups, and this is the one I'm really hyped for. Group C, ONIC versus OP. We're going to get to see how Outplay performs in the international stage, and it's also kind of a revenge match here for them because they, well, 3 of them got knocked out by ONIC at M4.
And on top of that, right, we're also going to finally see Blacklist International, right? One of the other Filipino representatives here at MSC. Their performance, we want to know how they're feeling, what exactly kind of performance that they have in store for us today, and how exactly that's going to fare for OP. And this is it, the breakdown of today's schedule. Once again, 3 matches ahead of us, all best of 3s.
RSG Slate SG going up against EVOS Legends, and then ONIC from Indonesia going up against Outplay from North America, and Blacklist International will be going up against Occupy. For now, I gotta say, man, looking at all the groups, it does seem like no one is gonna get out of these groupings without feeling a little bit of sweat. Even Echo dropped the game.
Which is crazy.
That's true.
That was insane. I mean, if you guys watched the match yesterday, Fireflux Impunity came up, and I felt like without Rosa, it is going to definitely impact the team, but they were still able to adapt really well. We spoke about it in the room, LaFell. Fighter mid was working so well for them.
And that was interesting, right? Yeah. Because we haven't seen that in quite a long time. We've seen it a couple of times in MPL ID, but even then, that was really situational. Esme mid, don't remember what season we saw that last, but coming back, refocusing onto this upcoming match, it is going to be RSG and EVOS once again. And I gotta say, right, I don't know which way this is going to swing. EVOS have a tendency to be just, like they're not...
They start slow.
They start slow, but they're
Very
not consistent.
slow.
That's the word I'm looking for. They're inconsistent, and for the other side, RSG, even from the get-go, they're strong.
Yeah, this is the survival of the fittest, definitely. Because again, honestly, even though they're from different regions, but I gotta say, as an organization, RSG Slate SG against EVOS is something that we've seen ever since M1. They're always on each other. And here's the thing, right? RSG Slate SG, I kind of feel like a lot of people wrote them off. They were like, nah, it's fine. SG, they're not gonna do well. But after yesterday's performances, they actually have a good chance of actually defeating EVOS Legends.
Most definitely. I mean, again, EVOS Legends struggled up against Phoenix, so the fact that RSG Slate Singapore were able to 2-0 Phoenix, it shows you a lot. But here it is, the MSC 2023 Dreams Power Rankings and the Gold Lane internal ranking. So, okay, this is one for Dreams. So he actually rates himself at number 4. Very humble dude.
Huh. Wait, what do we think about this, right?
Actually, it's crazy because it's more or less the same except for number 5, where Dreams personally put Shark at number 5, but everyone else, like I would say in terms of the production team, in terms of the talents, we put Humes at number 5. And yes, I know it says goal leader, but you know, it's Romer. You know what, at MSC we have a different kind of meta. We want to make sure that you guys are on your toes. We want to make sure that you guys are always aware of what's going on.
Pay attention.
Pay attention.
So this is similar to your rankings. You would put it exactly the same.
Yeah, I think it was exactly the same for the Roamer as well.
Are you saying they just took your rankings and ignored the rest of us?
For sure, for sure.
Oh, got it. It's pretty good rankings, though.
It is a really good ranking. I think this is the most accurate ranking so far. I'll agree to disagree with myself.
This is also one of the most humble rankings, right? Because usually when you ask a player, they either put themselves at 2, max 3.
It shows
maybe
you
1, but for Dreams himself, putting himself at 4, is that good? Is that a humble mindset or just being underconfident?
See, that's the thing. That's the thing. After their SEA Games performance, it could have been just a massive, massive blow to their mental.
All right, we'll see how he feels right now in terms of just everything in general. How is Dreams feeling? How is Oki feeling on the other side? And we'll take to his interview.
Sebelumnya pandangan saya, mereka kan selalu paling top 8 kan, top 8 kan. Mungkin setelah kedatangan saya sama Lucian sedikit memberi sedikit gameplay dan playstyle yang berbeda, mungkin bisa top 5 dan top 3 lah. Mungkin dari Echo, ONIC ID, Blacklist, Toda, sama RSG SG. Yang standing pertama sudah jelas lah Benny QT, karena dia sebelumnya M4 champion kan. Ya mungkin top 1 Benny QT, top 2-nya baru saya. Mungkin top 3-nya Ciku. Top 3-nya Ciku, top 4-nya mungkin dari Kambodia, Donat Express. Mungkin top 5-nya Power, Goldland Blacklist.
All right, so we finished discussing Roamer rankings. We're now discussing Gold Laner rankings here at MSC. Now, you guys were very expressive in that. Yeah. I'm going to ask LaFell first, right? What was that? What was that emotion?
No, honestly, the moment he said Chico top 3, I'm like, okay, you know what? I don't care about the rest. You know, it's pretty accurate. It's pretty accurate. I'm not going to lie, his MSC ranking, I kind of feel the same as well. But no Indonesians, huh?
No Indonesians in the Gold Lane power rankings, because he did say ONIC is the number 2 team, right? So the fact that he's rating the Gold Laners from Indonesia not as high as the others, I'm really excited to see how he matches up, especially up against Brands, someone who has the title of King of Marksman in Indonesia.
He has a new title, Mirko.
Mr. Bombastic.
Mr. Bombastic. And you know what? I'm kind of curious. How are the players feeling? How are the players doing right now? So we'll just invite both of these teams onto the stage.
Well, Eterna, before we introduce the players, we're going to introduce our 4 marshals to officiate the first series of MSC 2023 Group Stage Day number 3. Rith, Shadow, Jot, and Alex will be here to ensure fair play and esports integrity. But it is time to welcome the Singaporean overlords as they are looking spicy and formidable at the same time. RSG Slate Singapore!
We just can't wait to see the RSG SG's players from Indonesia finally facing off against one another as the Indonesian team.
The White Tigers are ready to roar and pounce their way to the top of Group B. Let's go, EVOS Legends!
EVOS Legends, they pull up a 2-1 defeat onto Phoenix. Will RSG sweep them 2-0, or EVOS Legends will show up and put RSG Slate SG down?
Whew. I mean, man, EVOS, they're looking really confident up on stage, but also Coach Kuja Kun from RSG Slate SG, Age, and Taxta. Mentally, I think they're ready. They have, read out the stage, read out the pressure, and with this, it all just comes down to how they execute their game plan.
Yeah, that's the most important, right? Because when it comes to the drafts, I didn't see anything that really stood out for me. I saw a huge level of creativity coming in from RSG Slate in particular, and talking about them, let's see their official team lineup. It's gonna be Oki, Bray, Diablo, Roy, and Lucian QT. And I think I've said this before, I'm gonna say it again, but the highlight player for me, because of that hero pool, because of how just impactful he was on the game, it's gonna be Diablo.
Oh, you're talking about hero pool.
I knew it.
Dude, I've been surfing the net, and I gotta say, a lot of restreamers are like, Diablo only has 3 heroes.
Badang,
Benedetta,
Khalid.
Khalid. And in case they're banned, the Yuzong.
There you go.
So
right?
it's like 3 or 4, so...
Yeah.
We like the uniqueness of it.
Well, I guess,
sure.
okay.
The creativity, ladies and
I
gentlemen.
like Lucian Cutie, man.
Same. I thought you were going to say Lucian Cutie with his performance yesterday, but he is going to be facing off against a team who's notorious for their trio mid lineup as well, especially with Taz popping off in the game against Phoenix. This is their main 5 that they're going to be bringing onto the stage. It's Brands, Taz, Psychot, Hijume, and Dreams.
Yeah, Captain Psychots himself, right? Are we going to see another just a considerable power pick coming in from him, like the Yuzong that we're so accustomed to? Because when he gets his hands on these kinds of heroes, he can truly turn things around for his team.
You know what? Looking at the way EVOS Legends has been playing, I'm really looking at Taz, because even if he's using the tanks a lot, he kind of opts for a first item damage item, making it so that he gives a lot of pressure for his team. And then, you know what? You guys have a lot of space. I've done my job early to mid. You guys handle the rest. But not gonna lie, at times it looks like, you know what? Even in late game, give it to me. I'm gonna handle it.
And he even was forced to build a Blade of Despair at one point up against Phoenix. I think it was game number 1 where they actually lost, because nobody was really able to touch Benny in the back line. So the fact that EVOS Legends had to rely that heavily on their utility jungler shows you just, hey, I did not vote EVOS Legends.
You know what? At this point, the voting is RNG.
All right.
Even we don't know.
All right, let's see, right? The talents prediction here, Mirko EVOS, Eterna EVOS, LaFell, RSG SG this time. Whereas, the Cambodian talents all go for EVOS. And I've been hearing that Mengli has a bit of a caster curse as well going on for him. And even the manager of EVOS said that...
Oh, okay, thank you. Hey, that's why we have a global producer. There you go.
In the middle of the graphic, it changed.
I love that. I love my global producer, man.
Shout out to the global producer, man.
Shout out. But yes, it turned out perfect timing. Yeah, now RSG Slate SG. Thing is, I don't even know if it's Mere Curse or Mere Bless at this point. I have no idea. And the fact that he showed me going for EVOS and then RSG, I think it's 50-50 now, right?
Is it really fair for it to be 50-50 though? Because looking at everyone's prediction, a lot of people are looking at EVOS, but again, usually the minority wins. How does it feel, Mirko, to be the minority?
Huh.
We're the minority.
We are, but I think it feels good.
Yeah, it feels pretty good.
When we're on the desk together, usually we get it wrong, which is a curse, that means.
So weird. Why are even our faces are the same?
Yeah, we look similar, body type similar. I play like Brands too in ranked.
Really? What about you, Eterna? What you feeling? What you feeling about this game?
I'm feeling nervous, honestly, right? I mean, looking at EVOS Legends yesterday, the way that they played, it's getting scary, right? Because if they continue on with the way that they go about these series, where they kind of drop off in that first phase, since momentum isn't necessarily on their side, it might be troublesome going against a team like RSG Slate, who feeds off that kind of momentum.
The momentum is going to be very important, honestly. For RSG SG as well, you can see that after winning game number 1, it just felt like a different RSG. They were able to go for these crazy picks like the Badang as well, because sure, even though it is a comfort pick for Diablo, you don't want to pick that up randomly. It was saved for the last pick, and the fact that they were comfortable enough to bring that up shows you that they need that momentum. They need to go for solid picks in game number 1, opposite to EVO. So it's literally, they have a different playstyle altogether.
My personal analysis looking at RSG Slate SG, because they have Lucian Cutie on the team, it really does allow Diablo to use whatever he wants, because if we're looking at all the other teams, it's usually the EXP laner has the initial setup, and then the roamer will counter setup or protect his backline, you know, the mage as well as the marksman. But here, because Lucian Cutie, he can go into the fight first, it gives space for Diablo to wait out all of the skills, and then he comes as a finisher. So I kind of feel like because Lucian Cutie is in the team, it really activates Diablo. You know what, Diablo, whatever you want to do, I can provide the backup for you because I'm going to take your job as initiator.
But on a different, the different way to see it is that Diablo is very dependent on Lucian Cutie, and that's actually something of a, I would say, a weakness that EVOS Legends can exploit. So if you shut down Lucian QT, you shut down the initiation potential coming in from RSG Slate. But on that note, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome you to the drafting phase of game number 1.
Here it is, ladies and gentlemen, for the drafts, RSG SG. I actually spoke to Diablo yesterday after their match. I asked them, who do you want to target down from EVOS Legends? And he said, Brands. So it's already very interesting to see. Brands has been getting a lot of hate recently for the way he plays in the game, for the little mistakes that he's making in the game. The fact that RSG want to target him, it shows you that either he or RSG look at him as the weak point, or he's the strong point.
Or they just want him to tilt. Because at a point, you want to win, but at the same time, sometimes winning isn't enough, you know? You want to get into their heads, and it is going to be a best of 3. I kind of feel like in a best of 1, cheese strats are great and go for your favorite picks. But I kind of feel like in best of 3s, momentum is very important. And now we're looking at both teams. Interesting point. They're doing the bans very slowly. They're really thinking about all of the picks and bans here.
There's a lot of respect, in my opinion, here coming from RSG Singapore, right? Taz has been a monster when he's given heroes like the Lancelot, right? So they don't want EVOS to get their hands on it just yet. EVOS respond the same way. Gray on the Fredrin yesterday was also a sight to behold. It was very difficult to get those objectives away from him. So the Fredrin going to be the choice of ban here from EVOS.
Something very interesting to me is the fact that RSG, they have never played up against a glue because they always ban it first. And for EVOS Legends, they're always on red side. They really enjoy being the second pick to enable that counter matchup to get picked up as the last pick.
I kind of feel like banning out the glue is great just because Diablo wants to make sure that he can have a very good laning phase. That's number 1. And number 2, the thing about the glue is it's very annoying to deal with when he wants to go for your mage, when he wants to go for your marksman. And as we talked about, Lucian Cutie wants to go in front. Same thing as Diablo. So Oki as well as Roy, they kind of have to take care of themselves. So I kind of feel like something like a Lapu, something like a Yuzong is going to be very, very annoying. But if you're picking your poison, they would rather go against the Lapu, rather go against the Yuzong, than going up against the glue. And like I said, they got to make sure that their backline is safe. They even ban out the Fanny.
They might have to ban out the Joy too. Looking at EVOS Legends, up against Phoenix, their bans have always just been Wanwan, Joy, and Glue. Now, I don't think that was the Joy, it was actually the Navaria. That was, yeah, I mean, we saw what Roy was able to do on the Navaria. Diablo's smiling, so maybe he has a... what is he thinking about, Eterna?
You know what? I don't really think that the Joy ban needs to be banned. I don't know. Is it in the arsenal of Diablo? Can he utilize that hero? I mean, you mentioned before the game started when we were talking about the team lineup that he has a limited hero pool, right? So maybe EVOS, they're trying to capitalize over that fact. The Novaria definitely the wiser ban, in my opinion, here. And RSG, though, they're going to go straight for the Kaja. So a comfort, a power pick for Lucian QT as well. Still sitting at, I believe, 100% win rate so far. And like we mentioned, right, Diablo needs that setup, and the rest of his team needs that setup, and that's where they're going to work with. They're going to work on with the Kaja.
Looking at this, it's an interesting point talking about the Joy because I've seen RSG Slate SG play, and if the Joy is picked up, it's going to break. Bray is going to be one using the Joy, making sure that he gets those kills, and then the objectives we'll deal with it later. Now that the Kaja has been picked up, this does kind of limit, honestly, Brands quite a little bit, because if he's playing, if the entire team is playing weak side Brands, meaning like they're not going to give a lot of attention to Brands, he might get caught quite a bit. And picking out the Beatrix as well as the Valentina, what do you feel about this, Mirko?
Yeah, I mean, picking up the Beatrix early has been something that a lot of teams have been doing, right? Most notably, Phoenix with Benny, they always go for the Beatrix, and RSG actually did the same thing to deny that pick away from Benny. So for EVOS Legends, I know Brands, he does play this Beatrix a lot in MPL Indonesia as well. What I'm concerned with right now is the fact that they didn't pick up the Joy. And with the Kaja already picked up for the side of RSG Slate Singapore, the Joy is really going to be able to just free flow around unless EVOS go for Franco next.
I wonder if Bray can play Joy in the jungle.
Yep, he can.
All right, well, there's your answer. But here, they actually go for the Martis instead. So still flex, in my opinion here. Carry is going to be the choice here. Not exactly the best lane for the carry against the Beatrix. And maybe they're anticipating these heroes coming in from EVOS and trying to deny it with the carry pick.
I think when it comes to the Joy, this is the first game of the best of 3, and you kind of don't want to take a lot of risks. And I personally feel the Joy is quite a big risk, especially when you bring it into the jungle. Yeah. A lot of damage, sure, but the moment you enter a team fight wrong, especially because you have a Kaja, it's a single target setup. It's not an AoE kind of setup. So I kind of feel like the Joy is going to be pretty dangerous, right? Unless it is a clear 1v1. And now, Bray, he has an opinion on the MSC meta.
Yeah, he says, I hope in this MSC our team will go as far as the top 4. I'm not expecting too much from us because the results in international tournaments weren't that good, but with the upcoming and new lineup, I hope we can achieve better results compared to last time. So far, they're on the way to do that, right? Because even last year at MSC, again, RSG, they didn't have the best of performances, but looking at RSG now, it feels like a different one. And like you mentioned here, the Franco gets picked up.
Yeah, it has to be the Franco. When you go for this kind of, when you are up against someone like a Martis, anti-CC, you need someone to have some CC that can actually lock him down, which is a suppression that you can bring with the Bloody Hunt. If you go for the Kadita here, I think the Martis was a really good deny pick away to actually take away the chance of that Kadita showing up. As we all know, EVOS Legends really enjoy going for the Kadita Yuzong combo that has now been completely taken off the board, and EVOS are actually the ones who ban it out. So yeah.
While we're doing this analysis, I just got to give a quick shout out to the fans here in Phnom Penh, Cambodia, because again, like, here's the thing, it's not a Cambodian team, but every single team that's playing, they give huge support, man. But yeah, going back into the draft, interesting enough, EVOS themselves, they banned out the Kadita, so I kind of feel like they're putting a lot of eggs on the Brand's basket, which is very interesting because for now, we still don't know what is going to be Taz's hero in the jungle. I love the Yuzong ban. Full respect on the Psychots.
Yeah, Taz is quite versatile, right? He has played the assassins in the jungle, he's played the fighters in the jungle, he's played the tanks in the jungle. So for him, being last pick surely is a surprise factor that EVOS does have.
I think I spoke about this with Leo and Gideon. Yeah. EVOS Legends, for Age, he always has that one player who he's able to implement his mad scientist role into. For Bigatron back in the day, it was Renball with the Gord, with the Johnson. Now for EVOS Legends, I really do feel like that mantle has been given on to Taz because he's the one who's always being given these weird kind of picks. Tankito, Arla Jungle, even in MPO Indonesia, and that's something that EVOS want to play with. Again, the reason they go for the second pick here for the red side is to ensure that good matchup for either XP or gold lane. Now that they pick up the gold lane, the jungle will certainly come first in my opinion.
Right now, because EVOS, they banned out the far side, I'm actually looking at RSG Slate SG. This is kind of a good pick for them to pick up the Eve into this kind of matchup. I mean, like, sure, you're going to give away the real manipulation onto the Valentina, but I kind of feel like it's fine. And if people are questioning the Kaja as well as the Eve, they don't exactly work the best together because it's not an instant burst. But the fact that the Kaja as well as the carry is there, I kind of feel like if RSG Slate SG, they have a mid laner that can take care of himself, clear the wave very fast, I kind of feel like they can really build up the tempo and start punishing the lanes of EVOS Legends.
Yeah, it kind of makes it seem like they're forcing RSG to pick it up at this point, right?
Yeah, true.
Farsa, Navarre, Kadita, those are the three heroes that Roy really likes to utilize in that mid lane, and all of them have either been taken away or banned out. So Yeah, all that's left is Yves at this point. He can go in for the Lilia, but even that, it isn't as powerful in the way that you mentioned. But here, EVOS go in with a Mincitar pick, 20% win rate so far.
Mincitar hasn't really been too good on the MSC stage. I think the last time we saw it was Phoenix, I believe, on the Mincitar against EVOS Legends. So he also brought it.
I think Maro used it as well.
Oh, Maro used it as well, but the last time we saw it in XP was Royal Milk on Phoenix, yeah. And the way they played it with the Mincitar was really weird, because you always get split push and the mobility for the Mincitar is just not there. RSG have a chance to just pick up a good matchup and bully the Mincitar to do the same thing EVOS did to Phoenix.
Right now we gotta look at Diablo's face, because talking to the Singaporean casters, they're like, if you see Diablo laughing, yeah, it's gonna get a crazy pick. The Eve, as expected, is picked up, and 100% on this Khalid. Diablo putting in work.
All right. That's 2 out of 2, though, right?
Nice.
Well,
100% is 100%.
Depending on how this match goes, but I think it's a little bit different this time around, because last time Lucian QT was on a hero that had more AoE CC. This is a little bit more single target. Sure, there's going to be some vulnerability on the Beatrix, but it's not going to be a wombo combo like we saw before. I want to see how that works and how they actually are able to utilize that hand in hand.
Looking at the lineup, I kind of feel like we got to look at the emblems Diablo uses, because if it's a more survivor-centric kind of thing, he can't go into the backline, he can't start the initiation. Listen to the crowd. They're reacting very heavily towards this Ling.
Expect the Ling to be a little bit different, though.
Okay.
Because, I think the standard Ling will still just go full damage. You want to go for the Killing Spree emblem, and you want to just build assassin items. But, oh wow!
What? Dude!
Singapore?
Yo, what's up with Singapore and Myanmar? Like, yesterday, Singapore, they were rooting for Phoenix. 49% of them were rooting for Phoenix, and this time it's happening again. What's going on in Singapore?
I guess there are a lot of EVOS Legend fans in Singapore.
Well, EVOS Legends technically is a bit like Singaporean.
Yeah. EVOS is a very big name in Singapore. I just like the fact that it's not one-sided, man. Even the audience, they're like, yeah, it could go either way. It could go either way, and that is what we want to see. I really want to see RSG Slate SG. Can they pick up the tempo? And I want to see how Taz is on this link.
I have a guess. I think it might just be Demon Slayer Ling going full tank. It's something we haven't seen before.
Wow.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Land of Dawn for game number 1. The seeding of the teams will be right here. We will see who goes and becomes the first seed of the group, but it is going to be the Killing Spree, so nothing too fancy for Taz.
And on that note, right, Diablo once again with the Master of Assassins, so that's just permanently Diablo's favorite emblem. He's going to utilize that either way, but even on your screen now, Dreams on the Franco. We haven't talked about this, right? He is such a nuisance. He knows how to pressure that jungle, and he is going to try to prevent Brave from popping off.
The thing about the Franco, man, even if you're doing everything perfect, the Franco will force you to do a mistake. It's either you're not engaging at all because the fear of the fear of the suppress, or he will just dislocate.
Displace.
Thank you very much. Displace you.
Not a shoulder.
With your iron hook. So honestly, the Franco, even if he doesn't do anything, it's a fear. The fact that EVOS, they have 2 ways to engage is crazy.
Well, don't know about this dive right here. That's going to be the damage coming through. First blood for Oki. Beautiful dive, but he does lose Bray in the process, and that is an expensive trade. Brand's actually cleared the wave earlier too, so he doesn't miss out on much.
Yeah, they're trying to put a lot of emphasis onto Brand, right? I mean, even in the interview, they're saying that they want to put a lot of pressure onto him. So far, he's feeling that pressure. It does inhibit him just a little bit, but knowing Bronze, it shouldn't be too much of a problem. But Roy here, all right, nearly gets taken down.
Honestly, for me, looking at how Taz has been playing this MSC, I kind of feel like mid-game or during this best of 3 series, RSG, they gotta switch their focus, man. I think they gotta go for Taz. You can't let this Ling scale up, man. It's very, very dangerous.
It's almost like Brand's the weak side now for EVOS Legends. They've completely adapted and shifted their playstyle. Diablo now going to just give that XP onto Roy, as Hijime has hit level 4, but they're not actually going to go for this turtle first. They want to give Taz some more room to play with, and 10 seconds is on that purple buff, so they might not even be able to fully contest for this turtle that is already spawned in, that is already half HP. It's a free turtle over to RSG down below as well. Brand's going to be targeted down. That's going to be the reach. 3 forward, not able to find the Bloody Hunt. Perfect spacing from Oki to deny that pick away. And RSG get a free turtle.
Yeah, there's not much of a retaliation response coming in from EVOS. Perhaps they don't want to go in for anything too aggressive, but this is exactly the playstyle that we expect from RSG. And it's surprising, right? Because you put something like a carry in the gold lane, you think they're going to be a little bit more passive, but either or, Oki has just been very active, but Taz goes in.
Good read onto Lucian QT. Oh, he actually canceled out the Divine Judgment with the Tempest of Blades. Brand is standing in the real world manipulation, but Dreams finds a good hook to trade it 1-for-1. Gold lane for the Roamer. Roy still just standing there, providing Oki with the support. Who's it worth for?
I gotta say, I think it's worth it for RSG because they did what they aimed to do. They gotta take down brands. They were able to do that. If they were able to take out Taz, that'd be amazing. But the fact that they gave a kill onto Oki as well as Roy, they will be able to hit their first item first. But the thing is, even if you do hit your first item first, what are you gonna do with it? If they stay passive, not doing anything, it feels bad. But if they got their first item and they go very, very aggressive, especially around neutral objectives like the turtle, it's gonna be very good for RSG.
That was insane, though. Did you see Taz cancel out the Divine Judgment?
I saw.
Taking a look now at the in-game equipment, right? We're 3 minutes in, and you can see that the Beatrix hasn't really reached that power spike yet. Already Fury Hammer to give a little bit of an edge in terms of damage, but oh my god, losing Kitty goes in again.
No follow-up just yet. He remains forced to flicker out, though, so that is a pretty good trade over. They're already going in. Bray is able to steal away the orange buff. What do you call it?
Grand Theft Purple.
No, orange.
Oh,
you
man,
had
I did
one
it again.
I gotta
Orange.
say, Eterna's red hair is amazing, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Her hair is
We're a
amazing.
little colorblind on the caster desk right now, but that's too. What?
Good Divine Judgment forcing a flicker. It's just a flicker battle. It's a battle of bait. The thing is, though, Taz now
Roy
have a little bit of a retribution. Oh, Dreams with a good flicker bloody hunt onto Roy. Iron hook as well to go for the trade. And it should just be, 1-for-1, but Oki's still free farming really well down in the gold lane.
Yeah, speaking of which, right now he's able to take quite a lot there. Dreams probably looking for a hook, not gonna hit. Oki able to dodge Brand's sniper shot as well. Right now, looking at the goalie, not much difference here. And I actually like what Mirko said. Everyone's just trading spells for now. Lucian Cutie able to get Dreams.
Oh, beautiful Bennett's Rage. Oki gonna be target down. Gun down a bit. Iron hook onto the back. Lucian Cutie falls. And Taz picks up a double, picking up all the blades, now trying to get away. But Diablo shuts him down just as he enters the turtle pit.
Yeah, 2-for-1 trade in favor of EVOS Legends, though. So the aggression coming in from Taz is going to pay off. Luckily enough for him, there isn't really much of objectives that are on the board for him to contest. So his death, not so bad, I would say, as we take a look at the replay here in just a few seconds.
Yeah, looking at the replay here, we're going to look at what happened down at the bottom side. A very, very good counter engage coming in from EVOS because they kind of feel like, okay, they're overextending. Oki really wants this turret, and we're going to take advantage of that. The fact that Diablo got a kill there was actually very, very lucky, but I got to say, man, Lucian Cutie on this Kaja has not been having the cleanest of engages just yet. We got to see whether that will change or he just not comfortable enough on this hero.
That's actually a good question, right? I'm not really sure. I mean, this is his power hero, so he should be comfortable. So the question is why he isn't able to perform at the level that we expect him to. Is it because of the counter engage potential setup coming in from EVOS? Is Taz being a little bit of a problem, or should that focus be centered on Taz instead?
It's been the mechanics, I feel like, because Lucian Cutie, his Divine Judgments have been clean, but on Taz, it just seems like he can't get a grip on Taz. Good Tempest of Blades, good timing for Taz that has been able to deny Lucian Cutie a lot of these engages, but Psychon's going to be walking up there. Divine Judgment onto him instantly now with the Raging Storm as well, but look at Iron Hook connecting onto Bray with a Bloody Hunt as well. Psychon's still able to survive somehow, some way, but EVOS Legends will probably have to concede this turtle. Taz goes up to the top lane, will try to look for a turret trade instead, and RSG, perfect neutral objective control so far.
Honestly, we can look at the items, but the thing that actually made it so that Psychots could survive, number one, is the emblem Tenacity giving that extra armor as well as magic resist, and the fact that he was able to heal up. Now Lucian Cutie taking quite a lot of damage.
Yeah, RWM is well placed down. Lucian Cutie forced to flicker. Not too sure. They were trying to go for the turret, I believe, but he doesn't have the Divine Judgment. Bray walking up, understanding there's no Bloody Hunt, but Lucian Cutie walks up again with low HP. gets completely punished, and that's another trade over to EVOS Legends. Oki barely gets out of that one with the recalls, and it's EVOS Legends in turn who find 2 turrets for free.
All right, okay, that was weird, right? Because he didn't even have any resources to utilize, not really sure what he was going for by coming back in. And these little mistakes, they are going to be capitalized by a team like EVOS Legends. So they need to be very careful when it comes down to that.
The thing that I think what he was trying to do is Ray kind of wants to fight there, and what he wants to do is actually get his first kill onto multiple targets, his Ring of Order, to make sure that he's reducing the damage. But now Taz is going down bot. Oki.
Good sandwich. Taz
Again, he takes out the Divine Judgment with a Tempest of Blaze! What is this man made of? You do it once, sure, you do it again right now.
And Psychon just walks up to 2 members. Bray and Diablo don't deal enough damage right now, as that's going to be the Renner shot onto Bray, poking him down. Good dodge away from 2 skill shots. Down below, Taz just chunking at that turret, but I'm going to have to see the replay again. Did he actually cancel that? He did! He canceled it again, the Divine Judgment. What?
I want to know who hooked it, right? Was it Psychot's hook or was it Dreams' hook that landed on that final member from RSG? But that double combo of hooking coming in from EVOS, it's insane, right? That pressure, that mental play that EVOS has over RSG, it's definitely making them sweat right now. As we're taking a look at the in-game equipment, that is no longer on the screen. But LaFell, did you see anything that stood out to you?
Yeah, very interesting. Lucian Cutie does not complete 1 item yet. He has 2 steel leg plates and 1 magic robe, which kind of understands why he's not that tanky just yet. In the early game, sure, it's fine, but now, 9 minutes, he should be completing at least 1 core item.
They've already baited out a flicker from Roy. Very expensive right now. EVOS Legends have the gold lead, but Bray still feels confident in going for this 50-50. That's the conceal already. Psychon's moving in forward. Good cancel on that conceal. And oh, it's an Iron Hook and a play hunt. Diablo flickers forward with Raging Storm, only finding Dreams right now, but the RWM is doing some damage in the back. It's going to be Oki who is going to be able to free hit Light right now, but Taz takes him out. It's a double kill for Mr. Bombastic. Taz looking for the retry. It should just be free. There's no Bray to play with. Brands is gunning Diablo down. And EVOS Legends, they find the lead in the game.
Right now, EVOS, they're controlling everything. And I kind of feel like what Eterna said, this team really looks at Lucian Cutie to be the one to engage. And the fact that Lucian Cutie is not having a good game right now, it really does limit how RSG Slate SG is playing. Now they got to look at either, okay, Lucian Cutie, you got to step up, or Diablo, now it's your time to shine. Because right now we got to look at the instant replay, because so far, Lucian Cutie as well as Oki, they are good at targeting the targets that they should be taking down. But look at the response. Taz quickly goes in, and free damage. Brands this time doing a very good job staying out of sight. Free damage, making it so that it's a very clean trade for EVOS.
Yeah, the double hook potential from EVOS, it's just deterring any potential setup that RSG had initially planned. So now they have to go for a different route, but on the top side...
Gun down, Diablo, not given a chance to survive that one. The bloody hunt just used up Psychons and Dreams. This double hook combination is really giving RSG a run for their money.
And now looking at the situation, Lushiki almost got caught. RSG Slate SG doesn't look like they can actually do anything, because 4 kills total for their own team. Bray 0-2-1, Lushiki 0-5-3. It does seem like they haven't been finding avenues that they can punish the mistakes coming in from EVOS, because every single time that they got a kill, I kind of feel like it's on the bottom side of the map. So it's only playing during the oh, but now Lushiki.
Oh, not sure about this engage right now. Is everything committed already? Diablo's going to be hooked into the King's Calling.
Dreams! Find the Iron Hook, brings them back into the King's Calling, but Dreams will fall as well.
Right now, XP for Rome. EVOS Legends, I think they're going to be able to take that as Brands.
Oh,
He's bombastic, all right. He's feeling it this game.
I feel it in my Bombaba.
Bombaba?
Yeah. You don't know where that is, huh?
No.
Yeah, same. I didn't learn that in biological class.
Eterna, you went biology.
Yeah, you went.
Yeah. I'm just scratching my head right now. But coming back into the in-game equipment here, 5,000, 6,000 gold lead for EVOS. Man, this is looking a little bleak for the moment here for RSG. The problem is, like you mentioned, right? Lucian QT not having the best time on the Kaja. Great. Diablo needs to step up. Great. But even then, EVOS are already on it. We saw that EVOS instantly turned their heads, found Diablo, caught him off guard, and took him out of the Land of Dawn before they even went for the team fight. So How are they going to do this? What should RSG do?
Honestly, they got to find a way to make sure that Oki can deal out safe damage, because every single time he wants to deal damage, Taz is on him. Like, it looks like Taz has 4 eyes, where he's looking at one Divine Judgment, one looking at where Oki is, one's looking at the Lord, and the other one is looking at Brave, Roy, and Diablo. Is like, okay, someone's going to come after me. It's going to be good. If they find a way to stop Taz, that's going to be great. But so far, I don't see it happening.
How? How
Exactly. I was about to ask.
RSG,
Because I said I didn't see it happening.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you are colorblind, so I don't know if I want to see or rely on your vision right now, LaFell. EVOS Legends, though, they're utilizing their gold lead so well. Dreams gets clapped by the Divine Judgment, brings him back, but he has the immortality. He buys it in time. What are EVOS on? Suddenly they just turn around, but Hijime gets caught. That's something that has happened before against Phoenix. A comeback could be possible. These little mechanical mistakes are coming out.
All right, that's a good step in the right direction for RSG, right? Taking Hijime down, making the battleground a little uneven for EVOS, and on top of that, Oki now already has that Wind of Nature. Will that help him to prevent that kill pressure from Taz?
I kind of feel like it's not enough. It really is not enough. He himself needs some help. But I've been proven wrong quite a lot, and now the Lord has been started by RSG Slate SG. Lishikiri taking quite a little bit damage, and Taz is still hiding. No one knows where they are. RSG, they're not opening the map. They don't know where Taz is.
They're banking on a full team fight. They want to go for a 50-50 right now. Taz is walking up, and he finds the Rexman. Walks in and gets out. Brands is able to escape, but Roy, with the real world manipulation flicker combo, is going to be able to find them right now. As Braves jumping into the back line, zoning them away, giving space for Oki to free hit EVOS Legends down. The RWM comes down again. Braves able to escape. Psychots gets back up with his own immortality. And RSG, I think they got the better trade.
Even if they got a better trade, right now the Lord is pushing. Hijime looks at Bray, wants a kill. It looks like Bray is able to survive for now. And it looks like RSG, they have a way of thinking. It's like, we're losing, we gotta force things to happen for us to win. Because looking at that situation, I kind of feel like it's not an optimal way for you to approach the Lord fight. But the way they're thinking is like, Taz is not going to show his face. We got to force him to come out and then maybe try to get a kill.
Yeah, the bait game, right? They have to be the masters of baiting right now here from the side of RSG. Now, the thing is, one of the main problems that I see from looking at their gameplay right now is the fact that nobody can really check their bush, right? Lucian Kuti goes in, he gets chunked really low. That actually negates the pressure that RSG is supposed to have with a pickoff onto Brands. And so, who's supposed to do that, right? Is it supposed to be Diablo? Is it supposed to be Bray? But if Bray gets picked off, that's also bad for them. They can't take neutral objectives.
Not gonna lie, I kind of think it's Bray. I kind of feel like someone has to bite the bullet, and the thing is, Bray is a little bit more tankier compared to everyone else. Diablo is not as tanky as Bray. Lushikiri at this point, 0, 5, and 6, not that tanky as well. And the thing is, the Martes can use his skills to avoid some crowd control. So the only way that you can stop him is by Dreams using his Bloody Hunt. And if that's out of the way, Diablo can safely go in. So it kind of feels bad as a jungler that you have to sacrifice yourself, but that's kind of one of the options that I'm looking at here. Looking at itemization as well, right now, funny enough, they're not really putting much investment in terms of magic defense. Right now, Bray is not really looking at Hijime as a threat.
And that's interesting, right? Because he's built full damage. Clock of Destiny, Younger Lightning, Divine Glaive, and the Glowing Wand to top that all off. That's a lot of damage, and not just damage. The cool thing about Hijime on the Valentina, and that we've seen a lot in MPL ID as well, is his creativity when he uses his ultimate as well. And so far, he's been able to just pave that way, right, for EVOS in those team fights.
And I think from the items there earlier, we saw the reason RSG SG hasn't been able to really open up the map that well, because Diablo is just not in a position where he can do that. Sure, he does have that sustain coming in from his second skill, but he built Melphic Roar and the Heptaseas here. So he only has one defensive item as an XP laner, who also brought Master of Assassin. He's really squishy.
Here's the thing. I've learned from a few coaches, it's very interesting, everyone has their own philosophy. One of the philosophies that I've heard, if you're behind, if you're losing, might as well just build full damage. At least you have a chance to win a team fight. And if you're ahead, build defense, because you just don't want to die. So right now we can see the philosophy here coming in from RSG Slate SG. They're like, okay guys, we're kind of losing. Now we just got to hope for a very good team fight, and for that to happen, we need to have enough damage.
Yeah, on top of that, I think that's just Diablo style. He builds full damage, he goes in Glass Cannon on his EXP laner, but Lucian QT goes in.
Oh, it's only on the Dreams though. I'm not sure about that. Raging Storm committed real world manipulation as well. 3 big ultimates traded in for 1 Roamer Flicker, and guess what? Lucian and Diablo both use Flicker as well. EVOS Legends can just, again, reset up, and they'll have the resource advantage.
Oh man, I said RSG need to bait these resources, but EVOS are actually the masters of baiting those resources. It's confusing now, and it gives EVOS the advantage. They could and just should go ahead and get this Lord, honestly, at this point.
Let's see, Roy and Oki are playing really well right now. Dreams is already very low. Roy's gonna be caught in the King's Calling, but Bray's gonna be targeted down. Lucian QT in the midst of it all. Diablo finds a Raging Storm. That's forcing Taz to go for the top of the blaze. Now Red Tree battle. Who's gonna win it? Bray! For the first time in this game, in a full 50-50 Red Tree battle, but Taz does not want to let it go to waste now. Jumping on Oki, Bray takes it for the team, jumps in with the Mortal Coil. Now he still has the Immortality, jumps in with the Decimation as well. Cyclops will lose his Immortality as the real world manipulation zones EVOS Legends away, but Roy comes back in. He wants to hunt them down one by one. That's a hook from Dreams. Brands, one more shot. Taz, you don't need the shot. I'm here. That's a shutdown. Oki goes for the Wind of Nature. He's trying to escape, but Taz and Taz.
Dude, 9-1 and 5. Taz is the real problem here. Again, we saw RSG, they understand the situation. They gotta take a risk. That was a pretty big risk because now only Lucian QT is here. The minion waves, Diablo is now back. So should be EVOS not being able to push this and end this game right now.
Yeah, luckily enough, they had to take down that Lord in the top side, right? Or otherwise, that wouldn't have been enough time!
Dreams is a nightmare for RSG right now as Hyujume stuns Diablo up with his own ultimate, the Raging Storm.
This is brutal, right? Okay, EVOS have 3 combos. Okay, 2 combos, right? One is the double hook, and it's not just a single hook. For Mincetar, for Cyclops, it's an AoE hook, whoever's in line. Second of all, it's the classic Franco and Beatrix combo, right? You get the hook, 100% that person's gonna die because of that burst damage coming in from Brands, and I don't know, man. At this point, RSG, help me out here, LaFell.
Yeah, we're going to look at an instant replay here. And Roy being very aggressive because even if you look at the mana, it's actually not that much. And I don't know, wanting to expand your skills, trying to kill Dreams. I don't know behind the scenes what Dreams is doing to this team, but every single time they're looking for this guy. Like, did he take their breakfast or something?
Probably,
right?
I mean, we do have good breakfast, so maybe they just stole it away from him, and that's creating a little bit of drama.
Yeah.
Same tension.
So, because I was saying, okay, you targeted Brands, then you got to target Taz, but it looks like they mistook Taz for Dreams. They're just going for Dreams, man. I'm like, I don't know.
And Dreams is going for them, man. The Bloody Hunt lock spray down. He's very low already. Taz in the back has the Immortality. Pops in the top of the blaze just to disengage as Diablo is in the midst. Gets taken very low. Now, Taz! Cleo! And it's another hook from Cyclops. What a brilliant display of skills. But RSG are back with full HP. Brands is going to be taken down. Oh, it's a flicker by Diablo. And Lucian QT finds that kill back. It's a good trade in. XP for gold. But now, EVOS Legends, they keep on going. Bray's very tanky. Roy can still go for the kite right now. No Oki to play with. They need to be very careful with the waves crashing down on them. And Roy, no flicker.
Dude.
No flicker. He goes for retrenchant. It's going to be enough. Roy is down. Lucian, QT, and Bray all left to defend. The Tigers are pouncing, but Taz, he doesn't want to leave it to chance. He goes for the Evolved Lord.
That is such a disciplined decision from Taz, right? I mean, knowing Taz before, he likes to go in for those crazy skirmishes. He likes to go in for those kills, try to go for a 50-50. But this time, he truly is respecting his enemy here. He's going for the objective instead and allowing RSG a little bit more time to, you know, just breathe at this point, right? One inhibitor turret down. And my, oh my, Taz is a monster and he goes in for more damage?
11-1 and 6. Right now, RSG, in terms of protecting their base, I kind of feel like it's going to be quite difficult here because even if you can deal with Taz, but just the range coming in from Hyujume as well as Brands, it's going to be quite a lot for them to handle. Right now, we're going to look at both Taz as well as Bray in terms of the itemization, quite different here. Now, sure, Bray has an Athena shield, but Dude, even the goal per minute, man, it's way too different.
Look at this build. He went for corrosion sight, something
Yeah.
you don't really see a lot from Ling. So he knows he's doing enough damage. What he's lacking is that chase potential. So he's trying to slow people down with the basic attacks, man.
8,000 gold lead for EVOS, and that's starting to make sense. A GPM that high on a jungle as concealed play is gonna start. Let's see what they can do with it.
Brave's holding on to that Mortal Coil right now. Pops it right now, but in the back, Lucian QT finds Brad. He falls under the real world manipulation, and Diablo collapses under. Taz is still free hitting right now, so Oki's gonna be able to dash forward, actually flickering out of there. Brave with decimation, trying to chase Psychots down. Diablo following it up. That's the mortality from Psychots. Taz is waiting in the wall right now, but he can't do anything to save his friend as he gets taken out. What a play by Lucian QT.
Is that a caster curse working? Because I'm like, yeah, there's no way that they can protect this,
Never
but
mind.
so far they've been doing quite well. Now the goal lead only shrunk by, say, 1,500. Now Taz, no one's
What is
really...
he doing?
No one...
Oh, he's in the bush!
Yeah,
I didn't know that! I thought he was just standing there,
Yeah.
menacingly.
Yeah, but dude, Roy went, I was like, wait, was that Ling?
Did I just see a Ling standing there?
That was like 10 seconds.
That was
It was a
very
jump
delayed.
scare.
That
It was a
very
jump scare.
delayed, yeah.
That was a good 10 seconds he was there. But look at this, RSG claiming what is theirs. They're going in for the start in the mid side. And it looks like they want to commit for more. Diablo's in the top side though.
This is a good siege from RSG Slate Singapore. They're doing it really well. And I think what's really impressive from RSG Slate is the way they're actually using the limits, right? Once you get a member down, once you have an advantage, they never just stay in the base. They are always trying to look for these proactive plays, even though they were 8,000 gold behind.
Wave management is going to be very key here. It's going to be very... It's a crucial thing for RSG Slate SG to take care of, just because EVOS right now, looking at the base of RSG Slate SG, they have no protection, man. And you have a Ling here.
Yeah.
Like, again, like the game could have been over before you're like, wait, what just happened? Why is the camera panning to our side of the map?
You know, ironically, it's usually EVOS that has a map problem.
Oh, really?
So we'll see what happens. Like,
Wow.
hopefully, from what they've learned,
Okay.
they're going to be like, okay, let's keep an eye on the map. Because we see that Diablo is being very active on those side lanes, right? He's trying to push as much as he can. And there have been a lot of moments where coming into the late game, right? We're already at 24 minutes. And this is where EVOS kind of blindside themselves.
Okay, Bloody Hunt only onto Bray. He has the immortality. I'm not too sure about this. Lucian QT finds Brad. They fall under the real world manipulation. And Oki just goes ham in the back. Dreams will fall as well. Lucian's still chasing. Ijume with a desperate real world manipulation. But look at Diablo. Look at Oki. They'll be able to take the immortality out. Hijume buys the winner, buying some time. RSG Slate Singapore, again, they do not want the Lord. They've come for one thing, and it's the base that is now wide open. Taz looking for a Hail Mary play. Lucian QT, good wave manipulation right now, good awareness. Taz, not spotted in the bush. He's not spotted in the bush right now, but he will still choose to recall. Psychots is going to be engaged on. Oki finds the killing spree. Taz, 11, 1, and 6. It is not enough.
Dude, what?
RSG have done it. They have completely come back from an 8,000 gold deficit
Amazing.
against all odds.
Incredible, incredible performance. GG, RSG, as they lead the series here. Wow.
Dude, I'm an analyst and I have no words. I have no
The crowd
words.
has word. They're all cheering RSG.
The only thing that I can say, man, late game is very dangerous. Any kind of mistakes, man, winning out those team fights is actually more insane compared to taking those neutral objectives. And what a game! What a game!
I love it. I love it. It just gives, it like reiterates the fact that even if you're leading from that mid, that early game, nothing is for sure, right? RSG, they kept their composure. They stayed in the game. They kept level-headed. And this is the result that you get for doing so. But, right? Best of 3 series, EVOS usually loses the first game.
True.
Yeah,
There
you're
is
right.
still a possibility for the comeback kings themselves to go full reverse sweep, but back again. Ladies and gentlemen, what was that game?
I mean, right now, LaFell, it seems like we got the bless going on, man. And yeah,
Wait, who do we vote for again?
RSG SG.
Oh, we did?
3 EVOs, 2 RSG SG.
Minority wins.
Minority wins.
Minority wins. For now.
For now. That's a pattern right now. And again, though, EVOS Legends, you can never count them out. But what we can count on is Lucian Cutie, because Lucian Cutie was having a horrible game in the start. I think no one can deny that. He was getting picked off, and he was playing very uncharacteristic to the Lucian Cutie we saw against Phoenix yesterday. But when it mattered most, he didn't disappear. He's not the Avatar.
I mean, technically Conceal, you kind of disappeared for a while. But again, I get your point.
Yeah.
I get your point. We got to look at a lot, honestly, Eterna, in this game, because even we were talking about who's going to check the bush, who's going to be the front line. Bray was the one front lining, which I did point out.
Beautiful.
He took everything from EVOS, and then the rest are like, yo, we're free, we're going in.
Yeah, finally that paid off, right? Roy was finally able to deal out that damage, right? And finally we can see that, you know, Oki had a little bit more to say in the game. But like, I really want to know like what occurred in those team fights, right? I really want a little bit more of analysis there as we crown our MVP first.
Yes,
it's a Lucian QT on the Kaja.
Good MVP choice.
Not how you start,
It's how you finish.
Exactly. That's what everyone keeps telling me.
That's Lucian Cutie's motto. He told me yesterday when he took breakfast.
Anyways, 1, 5, and 11, pretty good KDA, but KDA is not everything, man. Like, again, he enables the team. If he didn't engage that way, because again, looking at the situation, it was very good for EVOS. The fact that Bronze was caught, that was the mistake. And the thing is, it's not by choice, right? The Kaja forced him to get out of position, and then, okay, Bronze is not here anymore. I kind of don't care about the rest. Oki could just throw all of those beating
Plates.
all of those plates onto the enemy side and then get all those kills.
Like, you know, to be fair, I think 5v5, the composition for RSG, in my opinion, works better, right? So they were able to capitalize over that fact, and we'll see it in the replay as well. Whereas EVOS, they're really good at those pick-off kind of comps. The strategy was better, in my opinion. It worked a lot better, but that wombo combo like we see there, it just works for RSG a lot more, and that's when they start to win those team fights in those late games.
Looking at the fight again, seeing how Taz plays, this is one of those situations where if you're just playing ranked games and you're doing quite well, you're going to screenshot it, upload on social media, and it's like, guys, this is what happened. He had an amazing game, but then, honestly, the turning point, right? Number one, sure, Bray got a front line, he got to take the brunt of the damage, but then after that, the re-engage coming in from Diablo, coming in from Roy, really helped out. And I kind of feel like the push here, this is the craziest thing. And I don't know, man. Having a win like this, what does it do to your mental state, man? Like, you must be feeling good. You must be feeling real good.
Especially Lucian Cutie, man. Again, after having such a, I would say, disastrous early game, to come back full throttle and to still have the mental capacity to make those crazy plays happen. Because if you look at the team fights, for the most part, he's always invisible. He's not there. And then he comes out just right in time when everybody's distracted enough. But, LaFell, I want to give a massive shout out to Bray. Because that steal, I think, started it, right?
Oh, definitely.
Without that steal, without that retribution battle that Bray won, I think it would have just been GG.
Looking at the kill score, you wouldn't have thought that RSG Slate SG won this one. But yeah, we got to look at the itemization, because for RSG Slate SG, they start up pretty slow, because Lucian Cutie started off with 2 Steel Lake Blades, which did translate into the Dominance Ice as well as the Blade Armor. But the real thing is, once they start having some magic resist, then they can do well. I'm talking about Oki as well. The moment he has Rose Gold Meteor, then he can actually fight against the composition coming in from EVOS.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised there. Rose Gold and the Immortal, right? So very defensive, very respectful of the output of damage coming in from EVOS.
I'm looking at the gold, man. 23,000 gold for Taz.
Yeah,
23K.
11, 1, and 6. He died once. He died once in this game. It's literally Taz versus the world. It was a 1v9 almost in this game. He was really carrying these team fights. But what I do want to talk about is the Beatrix, right? Although I completely understand as we get towards the later stage of the game, selling boots is something you want to do. But in this particular situation where you're always getting caught, I feel like that mobility should have been there for him. At least if it's not boots, I would expect, you know, maybe an immortality, just an immortality. You can swap the Winning Nature with the immortality. Or at this point, they just need something defensively. Windtalker as well, just some mobility, some movement.
Looking at this, Taz is the rich guy, 924 gold per minute. Hijime dealt a lot of damage, but again, I want to emphasize during the early and mid stage of the game, RSG, they did not build any magic resist. It's only towards the end of the game that they're able to actually handle against Hijime.
You know, like the thing about the Valentina is like you don't feel the damage, right?
Yeah.
You don't really
You don't see
notice
it much.
until you see these stats, right? 113,000 damage dealt, even higher than Diablo, who built full offensive as well, brands as well. So it's an oversight, in my opinion, from RSG, and yet they still won.
This just shows, man, itemization is pretty important, man.
Very, very important, right? Very, very important. And again, I think just those little things, you're juggling your items and one miscalculation, just like the no mobility, really hits you.
You know what? Looking at this kind of play, I'm really interested to know what Diablo has to say, because this is an amazing series. It's going to be an amazing best of 3. So with that being said, we're going to go over to an interview with Diablo.
We are a team that is easy to predict from the past tournament, so I wanted to be unpredictable. So for other teams, because I will feel like something, I would want to be something like how Todak plays, like unpredictable play style, you know. So it's easy to catch enemy off guard, but it only works once or twice. So I'll put it to the best use.
Very interesting. So even he admits that his off-meta picks can only be used once or twice. And I think we mentioned this, right? We talked about it already before we went into the game. But so far, it still has worked.
It has worked. I mean, still with the Khalid pick as well, it really does feel like RSG SG, they can stick to their comfort picks and remember, momentum, right? We're talking a whole lot about game number 1 here, but RSG, they're known to start really strong and they end really strong. Meanwhile, for EVOS Legends, they start a bit slow and they end strong. Now, which one's going to be stronger in game number 2? Because a comfortable RSG SG is a very scary RSG SG. We might see something like a Badang come out again as the last pick here.
I don't know. I'm actually impressed you guys could actually watch the interview, man. I was lost in his eyes.
Oh,
Were you lost in his eyes?
you were lost in his eyes?
No, I was listening to the interview.
No, because there was like subtitles and stuff, and I was looking and it's like, you cute boy. I should not say that live, should I?
No, maybe not. Maybe not live.
It's all right. I'm kind of sick. I'm not going to use that as an excuse.
Okay, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. But like,
Not
yeah.
sick that. Like,
Diablo is your medicine, bro.
sure, why not?
It's a good medicine. I mean, looking at him,
It's
especially
all right.
how he
Can we
plays.
move on? Like,
No, I just wanted
No,
to sit for a bit.
No.
I want that to sit.
No,
I want that
it's-
clipped.
No, here's
if possible.
no,
You know who you are, right? But yes.
dude. Here's the thing. You know,
wants to go.
I'm
Okay,
just saying,
he's gonna prolong it. All
As
right,
a
let's
dude,
give it to him.
As a dude, I just appreciate the strengths of other dudes. You know, good eyes, good hair. He smells nice too.
Plays Khalid. I like how you mention everything except for his gameplay. What are you
That's
saying?
Oh, wait,
what I
no,
was about
what
to
are you
ask.
saying here?
Dude, he's using Malaysian hero, Badang. Hey, saved by the Badang.
Okay. All right.
Sure.
They don't
Okay.
look creeped out, so that's great.
Okay. Well, I mean, there he is again on screen for you if you were, you know, missing him. But coming into game number 2, right? What kind of things are we expecting? What reparations can be made?
I think it's just really micro mistakes that they were making one
So
by one
EVOS
individually.
or RSG?
EVOS for sure. The team that lost game number 1, right? Because that game was in the bag. Similarly to game number 1 against Phoenix, they had the game in the bag, but they lost it completely. How? Because they're inconsistent. Something you mentioned very early on in this matchup, and something we mentioned all the way from the first match that EVOS Legends played in MSC. They are really good, but they are inconsistent, and that's the thing right now that they need to fix. Up against a team that is consistently good, that can consistently be proactive and doesn't get tilted, like RSG SG, it's not working out.
You know what's a funny fact?
What?
Before we came into this tournament, they're in the same group, right? So they said that this group is the group that is filled with most teams that are most inconsistent. So EVOS Legends are proving that they're inconsistent, but RSG, not so much.
So in this situation,
Uh-huh.
in the rankings, you don't want to be the #1
No.
inconsistent team.
You don't.
You want to be last.
You do.
And last was RSG.
Wow, sometimes losing is great.
Especially for RSG, man. They learn a lot and they look in the mirror. So
This
they
can
have
be taken out of context, man.
Right.
Right.
You know what can't be taken out of context?
What?
Everything, never mind. But we're going to get into the game once again. We're going to be talking about what's happening right now, okay? Because I thought about it and I pulled back.
Let's take a look at the players a bit.
Yes.
Let's
Oh,
see
of
how
course
they're
you
doing,
wanna
right?
take a look at the
That's
players.
the focus right now.
For sure.
They're looking like they're thinking really hard here.
Thinking out of their minds.
They're drinking out of their minds as well.
All right, let's actually get to the game back again, right? The players here, the way they've been playing, I think for RSG SG especially, it just feels like they were waiting for mistakes. It really did feel like they were waiting for mistakes, but they weren't responsive. They were proactively looking for these mistakes to happen, but still waiting for it to happen. Like the engagement happened, Lucian Cutie was not spotted on the map, and EVO still took the fight. They still went in, leaving Brands all alone, and even Brands wasn't really aware that Lucian Cutie was gone. And is that a strategy by Lucian? It's like I play really bad at the start to make them think that I can't play Kaja,
Mind
and
games.
then mind
man.
games.
Oh, but
Kinda
there's
memes.
the General's return.
Oh wait,
Zlar last played in the
okay.
international scene in M3 World Championships, having a runner-up finish. Will EVOS Legends sub him in? I thought
Why-
that he was
yeah.
being subbed in.
I was so
Production, why'd you gotta do that?
You did
Man.
us dirty, man. Look,
Dude.
you
That's
did
a
the
little
Lar dirty. Even he
heartbreak.
thought he was gonna be playing.
Dude, I was having like a moment where I kind of feel like I'm healthy again. Why'd you gotta do that, man?
So Lar is your medicine,
Yeah.
if he plays. But unfortunately, the medicine's not here yet because Lar is not playing yet. Unfortunate because again, yeah, he is the M3 runner-up.
Okay, if we want to have a conversation, right?
Uh-huh.
The only conversation that I want to talk about, EVOS, why couldn't they end the game? Because they were at prime position. The Lord was on their side. Everyone's alive. Why couldn't they just go in and hit the crystal?
I don't know. It felt like they couldn't crack the base, no?
It just
The
felt
high
like
ground coming in from Rory.
I don't think that's it. I think they just tunnel visioning because I feel like that was definitely an end game moment. The fact that Lucian Cutie was not spotted should have given them enough information that, you know what, maybe they're looking for a flank because why would the roamer not be in the base when the base is getting sieged?
Any of you want to
point.
take this one?
Good point.
Oh!
You want to take this
Brands.
one?
Yeah, I'm taking this one.
Give him the title.
Mr. Bombastic demonstrates remarkable proficiency in dominating the strong side of the gold lane, and I feel like that's something we haven't seen for EVOS Legends in MSC because they're not playing strong side gold lane.
Yeah. Where are they playing?
They're playing strong side Psychons or all-in Taz, which was the strategy in that game that didn't work out.
Kind of work out. Technically, it worked,
It worked.
but they just couldn't end the game. It's not how you start.
That's how you finish.
Exactly. Shout out to mental health.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get into the drafting phase of game number 2 between RSG Slate Singapore and EVOS Legends Indonesia. Can EVOS prolong the series? It's going to start from the drafts.
Adjustments in the draft. Do we need it, LaFell?
I kind of feel like no.
You should.
Oh, never mind. He said he should.
Okay.
I mean, I guess.
The hero doesn't agree with you.
Yeah, I guess Fredrin is the one answering for us. Thank you very much, Fredrin. You know what? We have a seat here in the caster desk if you wanna take part. Pretty good looking guy as well.
We have Frederick in the desk.
Yeah.
We have Fredrin in the game.
I'm Ayman. Is there any hero close to named Ayman?
Badang, close
Amon.
enough.
Amon.
We have Amon.
Dude, I'm good looking in the game, man. I can burst people out.
All right. You can see here
Okay, maybe I should
RSG
move on.
and EVOS, they have opted to go for the same side here coming to game number 2. Glue once again banned by RSG. Here EVOS Legends swapped things out a little bit. It was a 1-1 ban and it's now a Fredrin. Will RSG continue with the Lancelot? I do think they should, and they do.
There's not much other picks to go for right now in the bans, right? I mean, for RSG SG, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. The Glue Lance Fanny ban worked out really well, and especially considering EVOS Legends want to go for that 1v9 strat, getting the Fanny out of their hands is definitely really good because RSG struggle in the early game.
I just wonder, based on what Lucian Cutie showed just now, even though he got the MVP, do you think that EVOS would look at it and be like, Kaja has to be banned? Because again, we saw that RSG was willing to take it first pick.
I don't think so, but
You think
Yeah.
they just let the Kaja off, right?
I think the Kanja should still just be let go. I don't think it's that prio as well. I mean, looking at the patch notes as well, you know, Kanja has been nerfed a couple of times, so the Kanja really shouldn't have been that efficient. We haven't seen that many Kajas in MSC, so
not much.
RSG was, I think, the only one that made it work so far, right?
1-1 still open.
They're not going to let it go, I think. It's a bit too risky. I mean, Oki
Wait,
was
so,
a menace.
but last time, right, RSG, they had to ban out the Fanny. So if they don't, I don't know, this is tricky.
It's going to be a joy.
I kind of feel like Fanny ban is fine.
Yeah.
Because,
No change.
Yeah, because I kind of feel like you got to give a good time for Oki as well as Roy. And I kind of like, Fanny doesn't give you a good time. Never mind.
There you go, see? There's a difference here.
In the future.
A little bit.
Yeah.
A few seconds.
A few seconds in the future?
seconds.
That's still pretty good, man.
Okay, but EVOS,
What was that? Okay.
it's giving you like a little bit of
I don't know. What was that?
validation.
Wait, I mean,
But I
thanks for
want to move on to a different
Okay.
topic.
That's how you give validation. It's like, okay. I'm
how
going to
you do
use
it.
that. I'm going to use that.
That's how you do it in Indonesia, because
Ah.
EVOS Legends right now, they see the 1-1 ban, they're going to say,
Yes.
okay, I'm going to go ban for another hero, maybe a Fanny this time, because Bray is known to play Fanny. I actually met him on a Fanny in Ranked.
I can see the future as well.
Yeah, the Kanja ban comes out, so you guys are, okay.
We got a
future man.
synergy. Eterpel.
Okay, Fanny.
Lana. Leterna.
Okay, are Laterna feeling Fanny here for first pick for RSG?
I don't think first pick.
I don't think so.
But then Taz is just gonna take it,
That's true. That's true.
and Taz is a really good Fanny.
You're not a good fan.
Yeah, I'm not.
Yeah,
I
neither
don't
of
think
us are. Neither of us are.
Fiodak is a really good Fanny, and even Kyrie said he was the best Fanny, but I
What else is
think
open?
Taz.
Do you want to E first pick?
The Yi first pick could
Kinda
definitely
dangerous, right?
could definitely be picked up here for RSG SG. But the
They're-
balance-
Oh, dude, you know what?
Bro, what in the world?
right.
Dude, look at the screen, man.
Man,
It's-
the
dude.
screen can't even believe it.
Dude, no one can believe it. You know what, Mirko?
I thought help. Yeah.
I'm taking off my headset. See you tomorrow, man.
See you tomorrow, man. Eterna is gonna be solo casting for the rest of the day. No,
Okay.
no, never mind. Okay, but the Valentina comes through. Flexibility is the name of the game for RSG SG. They want to utilize that flexibility, and they want to dictate the draft.
yeah. And now EVOS can just go Fanny. Fanny and
Eve?
Arlet is open.
Arlen? Oh.
Fanny
Dude.
Arlet. I think if they go Fanny Arlet, though, the Mincetar is really gonna be a problem for them.
I wonder if Diablo plays the Mincetar. I kind of feel like he should, just because it's not too meta. That's kind of like a requirement for him. It's written somewhere in his contract.
He needs to play off-meta heroes, or slightly off-meta heroes. Oh, this time you're
I'm
wrong.
off.
Okay, it's fine, it's fine. The Faramis comes through, and the Melissa as well. Now, picking up the Melissa early, I'm not a big fan of that, especially picking up a Faramis and a Melissa, because a hero that's good against Melissa, that's also really good against Faramis is the Claude, and we can definitely just see that picked up right now. Good in laning phase against that Melissa, and these team fights, Cole Alter is going to disappear.
Dude, the logic that I can see is like, there's no way they're going to pick up the Eve. So it's going to be pretty safe for the Faramis. I mean, like, sure, you're going to give the Alter over to RSG Slate SG, but I've seen CDs before where they say the original is always better than the Cetak Rompak.
Then the copy.
Then the copy. Thank you very much.
I'm nervous.
Same.
What are RSG gonna do here?
Time and
The
tide was
Beatrix,
known.
okay, so not
Oh
Early
my
Badang?
god!
Badang
If you're
early?
clumped up, fist crack, baby.
Early Badang, man. I feel proud. Let's go, SG.
And Beatrix, Badang, they really like their Bs in RSG Slate SG.
Valentina.
Valentine, close enough, man. EVOS Legends, though. What are they gonna go for now? They have a Faramis and a Melissa.
Diggy. Double roam comp. I don't know. It's a possibility.
I mean, it is
Against the Badang, I think it's not that great. Because you don't cancel the wall, right?
yeah, especially against the Valentina.
Oh, true.
Honestly, Florian or Estes if you want to go for a support.
I honestly feel like they should just get something that can honestly
Kufra?
disengage for them. Kufra, not a big fan of the Kufra here. They're going for the Lapu.
All right.
Lapu against Badang. How's that matchup?
It's whatever.
They're both very reliant on level 4, no? So in that early game, is it just like a skill matchup then?
Honestly, yeah, it's definitely a skill matchup because here's the thing. If the Badang is very patient, waiting out for the bravest fighter to time out, and then he can get a very good face crack in, then yeah, I would say he would win the trade. But in the early stages of the game, they're just kind of like, sit on the bush, look at the minions die, and then you're just last hitting.
Okay. Maybe emblems create a difference?
That's true.
So I'm assuming Diablo's gonna go normal, right? He's gonna
Assassin.
go Assassin, and then Unbending will Lapu Lapu.
Yeah, most probably gonna be
Festival of
Blood?
Festival of Blood.
Should be Festival of Blood for Psychons. He
So
always
shouldn't
goes for that.
The Lapu Lapu. Okay, I don't know. We'll see here. Coming to the second phase, the Lolita does get banned. I think it's a really good ban. Like we saw before, Diablo still needs that possibility for that initiation engage first before he goes in. So last time we saw the Kufra being paired up with the Badang. There's still other possibilities here like the Lolita, so they want to take that away straight up from the get-go.
I'm looking at a team right now. Kuja is smiling a little bit too much right now. It tells me that
Everything's going a bit too much into like the plan.
like the Badang is not the surprise pick. You feel me?
He's having a
Oh,
big...
I'm nervous.
Right?
Yeah,
It's
his-
like, oh.
Yeah, you're right, you're right.
Right? It's like,
Even Roy is like, hey, this
They must-
Valentina's going jungle.
they must feel safe. The Badang, I mean, who knows, right? Maybe they're like, the Badang is giving them a false
They're
sense
not
of security.
Todak though.
But
They have unique picks, but they're not Todak, are
Yeah,
they?
they're RSG Slate Singapore.
Yeah.
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 They got a different name. But anyways, right? With the Yves here, they are actually predicting the Feramis to go as a roam. I think they're really just forcing this Feramis to go as a mid laner with the Yves ban. And with EVOS Legends' ban, I actually expected the Claude and the Lolita to be picked up instead of the Badang Beatrix. So the Lolita is definitely something that can counter the Feramis, clumped up compositions, and even the Atlas. So two roamers who can really punish this clumped up comp has been taken away. But the Kufra is still up for grabs. My guess right now is EVOS Legends just want to take it away from RSG SG.
Based on their reactions, I don't want to guess their draft.
Okay.
Yeah, at this
I
point,
don't want to guess their draft.
You want to enjoy it?
I just want to enjoy
they're
it.
giving us Todak vibes.
Um,
But Todak usually doesn't smile when they draft, right? They just type in the in-game chat.
they give a very good poker face. After they pick it, except for one. One hero that Chiku will not be able to hold his facial expression and he will actually smile. Minsitar Gold Lane.
Oh, man.
Oh, Kadita.
Yeah, they're forcing it. They want this Feramis mid.
Okay. But I don't know. I feel like without the Ling ban, there's a possibility that EVOS can just pick it up again, right? The Beatrix is so susceptible to the Ling.
It is, but honestly, after that game, after game number 1, and after looking at the composition that EVOS Legends are building for, they are looking for a teamfight comp, right? Maybe they want to just go for something a bit safer in the jungle. They have a Melissa already picked up here, and yeah, it's going to be the Kufra. They want to pick it away, just as I said. They do not want RSG.
I said it.
We said it.
Oh, God.
I said it like during the Lapu Lapu pick.
Yeah, but I said it as well.
Okay, you know what?
You know what? I said it too then.
Okay, never mind. You know what? No,
Feeling
no,
left
no.
out.
Well, you call out the Valentina, greedy.
Okay, RSG, right? Final 2 picks. Jungler and Roamer should be. Who can lose in QT play? Kufra's been taken out. Lolita, who else has AoE? Minsitar? But I don't know if I like it.
Minotaur! Oh my goodness, Minotaur is definitely a good option.
there you go.
Let's go!
Now there you go. It's the Minotaur. Let's
go!
That's why they were smiling.
They were smiling.
They have an Alpha Minotaur Badang. Welcome to Epic. I mean, MSC
Wait, yo,
2023.
Dude, this is Malaysia man. Come on.
Yeah.
We play that around here.
It's okay. Oh, it's a Fanny though. It's a Fanny. There's no lockdown for RSG. They're going ham. Lapel, they're going ham. Eterna, they're going ham.
They are.
I'm happy. I hope Leo's watching because Leo wants to see the Alpha Jungle.
Wait, what's with the Alpha Jungle, by the way?
Oh, it's very strong. Just because your ult, if I'm not mistaken, Alpha Spear, the cooldown is so low, so that basically every 7 seconds you can engage, which is insane.
All right, that's
And
insane.
true damage. And true damage.
And true damage?
True damage. Every 2 attacks that you do, basic attack or your skills, and your skills have very short cooldowns as well. So every single time you're attacking, it doesn't matter what defense you have, it's true damage.
Man, I'm excited now. I'm even more excited now, and the crowd is excited too here at the venue at Phnom Penh and Cambodia. But look at the smiles, right? On the side of RSG, they're feeling it. This is an experimental draft, but they're feeling it.
Well, here we go. Let's see if it can work out. Ladies and gentlemen, MSC 2023 Group Stage Day number 3 with a lot of surprises. RSG SG match point up against EVOS Legends.
looking at the situation right now as well, Bray used the Retribution very, very early. So that does show that they just want to get level 4 as fast as they can and then try to get an engage. Again, they did say they want to look at Brands. I'm wondering, do they want to target that lane again and again and again with this alpha pick?
I think so. Fast clear, faster rotation, good trio mid in this game. RSG wants to dictate the pace. They do not want to give EVOS Legends that space, but Dreams, oh, I thought he was going to channel it into that bush. Saikat's going to be caught here. That's a knockup on the Hijume. Roy's doing some damage. Diablo's rotating really early, and Bray, I think, was the one who took the letho, right? Yeah, it was.
Yeah, I gotta say that Diablo is one of the most active EXP laners. Taz goes in.
Oh, Lucian should be dead here. Diablo's trying to displace him. Good flicker from Lucian QD. Oh, that's good displacement from the side of Diablo. Getting him out. Bray still wants to go for some more. That's some good damage. Dreams has the flicker, will choose to use it. And there's already 2 battle spells used early on.
True damage, he entered with his ult, and I kind of feel like he's going to come up very, very soon. The clearing speed coming in from Alpha is insane. And looking at the items here, he is going for a Molten Essence. So I kind of feel like it's going to be like 1 or 2 tanky items, and maybe 1 War Axe, maybe even a Hunter Strike. We'll see his flavor.
Oh, they're looking for a dive. Good flicker burn. And again, it's the opposite. Now it's RSG who are burning flickers from EVOS.
Yeah, they're very aggressive here. And even now, oh man, Oki's already having a really harsh time though in that top lane with how much range Brands has, and Tans isn't making it any easier.
But so far, doing quite good. The Minotaur heal is actually helping out quite a lot in the fact that he clears the minions very, very fast. Even if they get a kill, they can't really get anything more than that.
Free Turtle as well. RSG playing really well. They know that EVOS Legends, what makes them strong is their kill pressure. So they're going to go for neutral objectives. They're just going to give their weak side laners just some solo time.
The only thing that I want to bring up is the fact that the emblems here really makes a difference, because Taz now with the Master Assassin and Bray with the Demon Slayer, we can definitely see the clear time is so different between both junglers, and that really affects the side lane. So the fact that Bray not only has a faster clear, but the fact that he is not afraid to go for those engages really sets the tempo here for RSG.
I feel like it's a little similar, right, to what we saw in the previous game. I think in the early stage, we saw that Ling was also a few levels behind Bray at some point, but here we go on the top side.
No flicker communicated in, and it's first blood from Bray. Good minion fury right now as Taz jumps forward, baits out the altar from Roy. And it should just be a disengage from RSG Slate Singapore with Bray having a 2-level lead. He's going for another steal right now. Taz doesn't have the retribution. It's going to be Bray who just punishes him here, invading early.
Yeah, so far it's looking good, right? And Lavelle here, with Brands picking up the corrosion, is that going to change the matchup with Beatrix a bit more?
With the amount of pressure, I don't think so. 1v1, sure, but right now looking at the situation, everyone is clumping up. I think it's going to be very, very difficult. Dreams doesn't want to go in just yet because, again, even here, Taz not doing well against Diablo. Never mind.
Never mind, never mind. It's the caster curse almost instantly there. He didn't even give you
sorry,
time
Diablo.
for it to set, man. You said Diablo's winning. Taz, no. I have the Master of Assassin too. He can burst him down. So now Saikot should have a little bit of lane prio. And RSG Slate not really going to be trying to utilize that pressure down below to that top lane.
The problem is, right, with the Fanny being in the hand, oh, gotta wait here. Saikot's still able to get away though, gets a little bit of damage, but coming back to the point is, with Taz being on the Fanny, he should be able to roam around the map a lot faster, right? A little similar to what we saw in game number 1. So even though, let's say we feel like RSG Slate is having a good side lane chance, there's a possibility that Taz can just displace that, and we saw that happening there where Diablo was nearly taken down. But right now, Diablo's actually doing the same thing onto Taz, but he doesn't get it.
Close. That was really close to it being a Grand Theft Purple, okay? RSG Slate Singapore, they're doing a Grand Theft Turtle right now, and they are taking the turtle for free. There's nothing EVOS Legends can do, just simply because Taz is a level below, and Brands. This is the thing about the Melissa-Beatrix matchup. It is very much in favor of Brands on this Melissa until level 4. If they equally get level 4, Lucian QT, Minion Fury, Brands, you might have to go away, but it doesn't get you out of the CC. It's Bray with a Spear of Alpha. Taz coming down. Roy's still going to be able to dish some damage as Bray comes back in onto this fight. 2 for 1. Brands down for Lucian and Roy.
Right now, looking at the situation, Bray, he plays this Alpha like he doesn't care. Dreams catches them.
Revenge in the rage. Good disengage, but that's going to be the Shadow Stampede. Bring them back. Bray will fall to Hijume. Down below, Diablo should just be slain.
Oh,
doesn't have
no
the fist
way.
crack.
Dude.
One more shot!
Dude, Caster Curse.
Diablo! 1v1 fist crack!
Caster Curse. You did to me that I did to you.
You did, Diablo did Taz dirty.
Yeah, but Diablo did that, right? Oh my god, the outplay Taz must be starting to tilt a little bit, right? Come on.
Dude, like a lot of interactions where we're seeing here as well that we saw Bray kind of helping out his team with Dreams, pushing Dreams away. But the fact that HB pulled him back in is crazy. But now, looking at the situation, 3 for 3 in terms of kills, but in terms of goal, it's really not that equal. 2,000 goal lead at 6 minutes. You can actually feel the difference here.
Yeah, it's starting to show, especially for those side lanes. But Diablo goes in once again, and this is... he might be in trouble though this time, Mirko.
Okay, he can't get out of this one, right? Oh, no, Caster Curse off for now. EVOS Legends gets that pick off pretty easily as Taz also rotates down below. They're leaving Psychots alone up top against a Beatrix here. They might actually be able to look for a cheeky pick, but they're actually just going to rotate over, perhaps towards the mid lane.
Okay, Taz still 2 levels below, and this is right as this turtle is going to spawn, right? So my guess is that RSG, they're going to get it uncontested once again. But what would be the focus for EVOS here?
I kind of feel like if Taz could execute someone, that'd be great, but with all the crowd control they have here, it's going to be very difficult. So perhaps they just want to bait out a lot of skills, and then Taz goes in and try to 1v9, but it's going to be very difficult because RSG, the moment that they use their skills, they actually do get a kill. So it's going to be pretty difficult for them to bait them out.
Oh, that was so close. I was thinking